Wally is a successful attorney, and he still lives in Mayfield with his wife, Mary Ellen, and their daughter, Kelly. What a doll. For a long time, the Beaver lived out of town. But after his marriage broke up, he came home with his sons, Kip and Oliver. So we're together again, all discovering and rediscovering the joys and pitfalls of that magical time we call childhood. And that's what our series is about. Wally loves it. Listen, Mary Ellen, I got to hand it to the boys. When they said they were going to build a treehouse, I didn't think they'd follow through with it. They were so excited last night, drawing their little blueprints. It's so nice to see the boys working together without fighting.
You know, Wally, this is definitely the best thing that we've ever built together.
Beaver, that's what you said about that boat we built right before you almost drowned.
Oh, yeah. That was great. Remember, we had to sneak me into the house because I was soaking wet. And then we tried to dry my sneakers on the heater, and they melted.
Hey, Beaver, I'd like to finish this before the kids go away to college.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You know, Wally, this is exactly why I came home. So my boys could have the same kind of carefree childhood that we had. With milk in the icebox, cookies in the jar, and a treehouse in the yard.
First it was a backyard carnival, and now a treehouse. Where does Dad come up with all this stuff?
Probably from all those books you buy on how to make sure your kids don't hate you.
Uncle Beaver really believes that stuff?
I don't know. They cost so much, I think he kind of has to.
You know, a treehouse might be okay. We can go up there and spit on our enemies.
Oliver, that is gross. The kid's got a point. A guy could do a lot of stuff up there he's not allowed to do in the house.
Maybe we can even see the bald spot on the mailman.
Kelly, Oliver, I think we owe it to our dad to give it a chance.
Last one, there's a rotten egg. Hi, Wally. Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Daddy.
Oh, thanks, hon.
Dad, can we start building now?
All
Yeah!
Now, wait a minute. One step at a time. Let's go look at the blueprints.
How about if you and I go paint the shutters?
Okay, just as long as you clean off the brushes. Last time I got in trouble for sticking them in the dishwasher.
Okay, now, here's where we are right now. We're sticking this window right here and put in that wall. We'll be all set.
Hey!
Oliver, now you know better than to use a power tool without permission.
Oh, yeah. Can I use the drill now?
Well, actually, I was saving that job for your brother. But I've got something much more important for you to do.
Wow, the chainsaw!
Well, not exactly, but you see, it's the same principle. This one takes much more strength, though. Sanding.
You get to drill?
Oliver, have you ever had a real bad splinter? The kind you have to squeeze real hard and use the tweezers to get it out?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why everyone's counting on you, so that kind of thing just won't happen. Okay, now, here we go. First thing to do is put the safety goggles on. Ready? Okay.
Isn't this fun, Kel? Now, let's see if you can do it. Ah, not my hand, you clown.
Oliver, I thought you were outside working on the treehouse.
They don't need me.
Ah, don't be silly. Of course they do. Mary Ellen's out there right now sandpapering.
Grandma, how old were you before someone let you use a power drill?
47. You see, I bought this big tiki mask at a charity auction. And your Grandpa Ward said he had no intention of hanging it in the living room, so I did it myself. Broke 3 nails doing it, too.
47? Do I gotta wait that long?
Of course not.
I guess you've never built nothing with my dad. He still treats me like I'm a baby.
Oh, come on, you're exaggerating.
I am not exaggerating. He won't let me use the drill. He won't let me buy my own clothes. And whenever we go out for dinner, he still orders for me.
Oliver, you're only 9 years old. One of these days you're going to do those things by yourself. Until then, will you be a good boy? Take your shoes off when you're lying on the bed?
Grandma thinks I'm a baby, too.
Down, set, up 1, up 2, up 3, hike. Hey, another score for the kid.
Come on, Freddie. Let me go out for a pass.
I wish I could, Spud, but the sheer velocity of one of my passes would stench your growth. Come on, he's having a rough time at home, so lay off, huh, Freddie?
Yeah, lay off me, Freddie.
Down, Fido. Look, it's not that I don't feel for you, kid, but you gotta stand up for yourself. If my old man gave me any guff, I'd... Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, hello, son. Well, if it isn't the Cleaver brood. Gee, I see your dad's still giving you haircuts at home. Next time, tell him to turn on the lights.
Why, Dad, I didn't know you were home already.
Yes, Frederick. I thought this afternoon would be an excellent opportunity for us to spend some quality time together. So, you want to watch the game with me, kid?
Another time, perhaps. I'm entertaining.
Suit yourself. Oh, and don't be making any plans for this weekend.
More quality time, sir?
No, more a lesson in responsibility. Come on. You're going to clean out the garage.
Oh, point of interest, sir. Are you aware that most experts agree that the best way to teach responsibility is by offering an incentive?
You want an incentive? Clean out the garage or you're going to military school.
Well put, sir. Oh, Dad, if they call from the construction site, shall I say that you're out shopping for materials or visiting an injured worker?
All right, kid. How much do you want?
Oh, I'm far too modest to put a price tag on my labors.
$3.
Surely you jest.
5.
10.
$7.50.
Deal.
You know, kid, you're all right.
Thank you, sir. Who's he kidding? Oh, Kip. Kip Cleaver, a golden opportunity has just knocked on your door. Saturday, you're hired to help me clean up the garage.
Forget it, Freddie. You're not going to sucker me into doing your dirty work for you again.
It's your loss, Hoss.
I'll help. I'm a hard worker. I can do anything just as good as Kip can. Except eating a banana in one bite.
Maybe I could use a spunky little guy like you, but I hope you realize child labor laws prevent me from paying you full scale. How's $1.50 sound?
Ollie.
You got a deal. Boy, I can't wait to tell Daddy got a real job.
No son of mine is going to work for any of the Haskells, and that's final.
You're just saying that. You don't want me working for anybody.
Oliver, when your father says no, you're going to have to learn to respect it.
Thanks, Mom, but I can handle this. Son, you've got the rest of your life to work. Now's your time to play. That's why we built the treehouse.
Treehouses are for babies. I'm not never going up there.
Oliver, before you say anything else that you really don't mean, I want you to understand I'm doing this in your best interest.
How come every time you have my best interests in mind, I don't get to do something that I want?
Oliver, right now I think it'd be in your best interest if you were excused.
Some frozen waffles. You can suck on until they defrost.
No thanks, because I'm on a hunger strike. And when Dad kisses me goodnight, I don't want him to smell the waffles on my breath.
Ollie, why are you hiding under the bed?
I'm not hiding. I'm in a parallel universe where Dad can't tell you what to do.
What's the big deal about working at Freddy's?
Once a guy gets paid to work, his dad can't make him leave the door open when he takes a bath.
Yeah, I guess I kind of forgot what it's like being a kid. Tell you what, if you really want to do this, I'll help you. First, take off that stupid mask. Saturday morning, you put on your soccer uniform and leave with me. Then, pow, you change clothes and go to Freddy's.
But I don't have a game. That'd be like lying. And we're not allowed.
Look, Ollie, it's not lying unless you say something that's not true. Yeah, good.
Boy, I can't wait till I'm your age so I can be as sneaky as you.
2 birthday parties in one day. You think these parents would at least talk to each other? Honey, I can't find your other roller skate. What? Just find a vaporizer.
I can't go to a skiing party with a vaporizer on my foot.
What are you looking for?
The other skate. Mom, how could you?
Well, you told me they didn't fit anymore.
I was sort of hoping you would get me a new pair.
Tell you what, I have a good idea. Honey, you go wrap the present, and Kelly and I will transplant this into the vaporizer.
Get away with this. Now, I'm surprised at you, Kip. Letting your brother go out without his jacket.
Yeah, Kip, you've got your nerve.
Thanks for reminding me, Grandma.
Here you are. Have a good game. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, boys, you wear those jackets. Don't just carry them.
Hey, Wally, great idea. Let's say we take the kids for a pony ride, head over to Burgerland for lunch, then to the amusement park at Bellport.
No, thanks, Beaver. I'm getting along fine with my kid.
This isn't a bribe, Wally. Oliver and I are just having a little disagreement and... All right, it's a bribe.
Hey, look, Beaver. When Kelly and I get on each other's case, I'll buy her a Buick. Just take some time and we talk it out.
Yeah, maybe that would be a better idea. Too bad. I was really looking forward to the Dragon Coaster.
I thought you were supposed to be working.
I am working. It just doesn't look like it because I'm management.
Hey, Gertrude, don't change the channel. Hey, and I was all set to come out here and chew you guys out. The place is really starting to shape up.
Please, sir, stop before your plaudits swell my head.
I wasn't referring to you, Junior. Now give the kid a hand.
You've read my mind, sir.
I gotta get back to the tube.
Important game, sir?
It is for you. I got your entire college fund riding on this.
Coffee break's over, Chester. You climb up and I'll hand this junk to you. What's the matter? You're not scared, are you?
Heck no. I once took an elevator to the 37th floor.
No kidding. I must not have watched the news that day. Now put it in gear.
What's in here?
My dad's ashtray collection. He's got one from every restaurant he's ever eaten at. Be careful with this one. It's our Christmas ornaments. My dad says he's got some in there from before they had aluminum trees.
Get me down! Get me down!
Keep your pants on. I got you. Let go. Look, I'll hit you over the head and we'll make it look like a robbery.
Hey, what are you guys doing out here? Slam dancing? You broke our Christmas ornaments.
And your ashtray collection.
Frederick, go wait in your room.
Yes, sir.
I'll be in at halftime. Well, what are you waiting for? World peace?
Well, I'm supposed to get paid.
Paid? Your old man's gonna pay for this. And if he's got any brains, he'll take it out of your hide.
Well, why didn't I do that this morning?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Cleaver. Why, that's a lovely... Why, Mrs. Cleaver, I do believe you're wearing slacks, and I must say they do become you.
Eddie,
Yes, Mrs. Cleaver.
put a sock in it.
Hi, Mom.
I don't.
Eddie.
Ah, Theodore, just the man I wanted to see. Now, it's not the money, mind you. It's just that the only way that young Oliver is going to learn from this is if he has to pay for the damages he did in my garage.
What damages?
What damages?
I don't understand. He had a soccer game this morning.
No, Mom. I think that's what he wanted us to think.
Look, I'll be honest with you. My Dallas Cowboy cheerleader Christmas ornaments were nice, but they only had sentimental value. On the other hand, my ashtray collection was priceless.
Eddie, how long ago did this happen?
I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. Fell asleep during the game.
He isn't home yet.
I'll go find him.
I'm going to call his friends.
Hey, wait up, Beaver. I'll come with you. The perfect excuse to get out of going to my wife's junior college graduation. Goodbye, Mrs. Beaver.
Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Eddie.
Hey, Wally!
Right here. No luck. You check the dugout over at Metzger's Field?
First thing.
How about the underpants over on Maple Street?
Don't you think I know where kids hide in this town? Where could he be?
How should I know? I can't even find my... Ah, found it. Great. No batteries. Oh, Kelly, good. Listen, sweetheart, will you run upstairs and take the batteries out of your Easy Bake Oven?
Dad, can I ask you something?
Later, honey. Listen, I really need those batteries.
Okay, but it's gonna ruin my bundt cake.
I just don't get it, Wally. What was so important about cleaning that garage that Oliver would disobey me?
Well, you know, Beaver, remember when you were Oliver's age and Dad wouldn't let you take that paper out?
All I remember was he was right and I was wrong, and I couldn't face him for days.
Well, I think that's what's happening to Oliver right now.
You know, sometimes you try so hard to be a good parent that you forget what it's like to be a kid.
Here, Dad.
Oh, thanks, honey. Sorry about your cake.
Dad, if you promised to keep a secret, but then you thought it was more right to tell, would it still be snitching?
Kelly, do you know where your cousin is?
Oliver, are you up there?
Kelly Cleaver is a snitch.
Oliver, what's done is done. Why don't you come down so we can talk?
I'm not never coming down until I die. Maybe not even then.
Ollie, I'd really like to talk to you. Man to man.
Not too much street noise up here.
How's the ventilation?
Dad, you can start hollering at me now.
Oh, that's not why I came up here.
You're going to psychology, huh?
No, nothing tricky like that. Oliver, disobeying me was wrong, but I think I know why you did it. And you're not the only one at fault here. I messed up too.
You did?
Yes. You see, parents are always trying to protect their children. And that's why I didn't see that you were just trying to get me to treat you like an older boy. But that's not so easy for me.
Because I'm still a kid, huh?
Well, yes and no. It's just that every time I look at you, I still remember that little bundle the nurse handed me. So little and pink and bald.
Dad, that was so long ago. I've been writing a two-wheeler for 4 years, and I even read books when I'm not told to.
And I'm very proud of you. But that doesn't mean that you're so big that you can't goof up once in a while.
Like working for the Haskells. Boy, I really got ticking. I thought growing up was going to be the neatest thing in the whole world. But it's nothing but a big chip.
Kind of makes you feel like you're all alone in the world.
How do you know that?
Well, because when I was a kid, I don't think anybody got chipped more than me. But what I found out was, if I went to my dad, he had a way of making things better. I'd like you to feel that you could come to me, too.
Dad, just because you're having one of these man-to-man talks, does that mean you can't give the other guy a hug?
No, it sure doesn't.
Kids change so fast. Just when you learn all the characters on Sesame Street, they're watching 60 Minutes.
They're in such a hurry to grow up.
I remember we were too.
I guess it's hard for kids to imagine that there'll be times when they wish they could just spend their days fooling around in a treehouse.
You know, Dave, you're not such a little goof after all.
Yeah? Whoever said I was?
Everybody.
It seems as if many of the things that were once special to us have somehow lost what made them special. Sometimes we don't realize that what we value the most today may very well wind up in a closet tomorrow. Adding machines used to take up half a desk, and now I have a calculator that I lose in my purse. I wouldn't even bother recalling hemlines and hairdos. But one thing that always manages to keep its head above water is tradition. The glue that holds a family together. It's a glue that's only as strong as the commitment given to it. And its toughest test is when someone feels a need to find their own way. And that's what our story's about in this episode of Still the Beaver.
okay. It's just that I don't think you'd understand anyway.
Try me. Mom says I'm too smart for my own good.
Well, woman to woman, I was thinking about your Grandpa Ward.
You miss him?
Yes. Especially around the holiday time. You know, there was nothing he liked better than to have his whole family together. You kids and your folks and your sister.
Aunt Gloria? I like her. She's my cheek pincher.
That's why I like her, too. I wish she hadn't moved so far away.
Grandma, I promise I'll never move away. Except for summer camp.
Oh, love you, Kelly.
Happy Thanksgiving, kids.
Thanks, I hate to break this to you, Ollie, but just because you put on your good suit doesn't mean you're going to get out taking a bath.
I already took a bath. Want to smell?
Oh, thanks. I'll take your word for it.
Mom, you should try on your suit.
No need, because at Dylan's house, they don't care what you wear to dinner. And get this, we're going to watch the football game while we eat.
Wow.
And it gets even better. We're going to have dessert in the hot tub.
There's no way Dad's going to let you spend Thanksgiving at someone else's house.
He's just got to. I'm not just begging like a little kid. You saw my proposal. I covered every objection he could possibly have.
Oh, yeah. It was real good. Only it's too bad the E wasn't working on Grandma's typewriter.
Don't worry. I'm sure he got the gist of it.
How are my guys today?
Happy Thanksgiving, Dad.
Ah, thanks, Doc. Boy, do you look terrific. Why don't you go down and show your grandmother how good you look?
Are you trying to get rid of me?
Oh, in a word, yes.
I told you.
Dad, did you read my proposal?
Well, I certainly did, you know. Now, it was a little hard to read because of the E's, but I have to admit that your grammar and typing have gotten a lot better.
Thanks. Then I can go.
Well, let me just say that I really appreciate the thought and the maturity that went into this effort.
In other words, I'm stuck here all day.
Hey, well, let's not get that attitude. You know, this is supposed to be a special day.
Dad, I'm not trying to be fresh or anything, but I don't think it's special to have to listen to Lumpy Rutherford grouse because he's sitting at the little table, or listen to his dad make with the over the lips, through the gums, look out stomach, here it comes.
Always makes me laugh.
That's because he's your boss.
I know it's important to you to be with your friends, but I think it's more important for you to be with us.
If that's what you really want, you got it.
Thanks, son. They really eat dessert in the hot tub, huh?
Wait a minute, wait till the feeling comes back to my legs.
We don't have time for that. You see, I went to help Grandma in the kitchen, but she was sad because she misses Grandpa Ward and Aunt Gloria.
Well, we all do, sweetheart.
That's why I think we should get Aunt Gloria to come to dinner.
Hey, that's nice. We'll do that sometime.
No, I mean tonight. What do you think? Huh? Huh?
Well, it's a good idea, but, Gloria probably has other plans, and I'm sure the airlines are all booked up.
Okay, I guess we'll have to think of another way to make Grandma happy and get her through the day.
Okay, we'll give it a try.
Dad, you're rad.
That's it, Gertrude. If you expect your husband to have Thanksgiving dinner with your parents, then you're going to have to marry somebody else.
Dad, wait.
Frederick, if
If your mom has sent you out here to beg me to stay, then she doesn't realize what a proud person your father really is.
Actually, sir, she just wanted me to give you your jacket.
15 years. All I've heard from Fatso and the old crone is how I'm not supporting their daughter in the way that she's accustomed to. He's a warden. What am I supposed to do? Put bars on the windows? Get an arsonist to cook for us?
Yeah, Grandpa wants to make up. He says he'll give you more time to pay back the loan.
Loan? That money was a gift. If I give in to this one, the next thing the warden will want is the money back on that crummy vacuum he gave us as a wedding gift.
I'll miss you, Dad.
Oh, Frederick, you got a couple of extra bucks on you?
How about a pen?
You'll want a receipt for this, no doubt.
That's all right, Dad. It's a holiday.
Now, if we pull this off, you got to promise not to tell anybody, okay?
Don't worry. I can keep a secret. Mom tells me not to tell you stuff all the time.
Hello? Hello, this is Wally. Wally Cleaver.
And Kelly, too.
Hey, listen, I know this is kind of late notice, but how would you like to fly out and have Thanksgiving dinner with the whole family? You would? Oh, the answering service. I know you must be very lonely during the holidays, but I was really inviting my Aunt Gloria. You know when she'll be home?
There's my family. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, don't you kids have anything better to do with your life than sit around and make these phony phone calls all day?
I'll handle this. Now listen, no more phone calls, no more delivering pizzas, or we'll call the police, you'll go to jail, and you'll never get into a good college. Anyone for waffles?
What are you doing? How's this look together?
Fine if you're going to Don Ho's wedding. He can make me stay for dinner, but he can't make me look good.
Yeah, that'll show him.
What was I supposed to do?
Beg, scream. So you want to move back with your mother? Anything but write a proposal.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Okay. Did I tell you my old man rented the Rocky Horror Picture Show for after dinner?
Well, I always wanted to see that.
So go on. Ask him again. You always saying what a pushover he is.
Yeah, the kind of pushover who cries every time he sees the Wizard of Oz. Something like this, the answer's still gonna be no.
You got nothing to lose by trying. Unless you're afraid to even ask. You're not afraid of your old man, are you?
Hey, Dad, nice gloves. Dad, I know we talked about this before, but I really feel I'm going to be missing something if I don't eat at Dylan's.
If you feel that strongly about it, you can have your dessert in the bathtub.
Grandma.
Don't look at me. This time I happen to agree with your father.
Dad, I really don't understand. I spend every holiday with your friends. And the one time one of my friends invites me over, and you won't even consider it.
I did consider it, and I told you how I felt.
Look, Dad, Grandma, I'm not the kind of kid who gets in trouble. I try hard in school, and I haven't beat up Oliver in months. Even though a couple of times he was really asking for it. Why are you making me stay here?
Kip, you act like spending Thanksgiving with your family is some kind of punishment.
It's not that. Just that I feel I'm old enough to make some choices of my own. Especially something like spending a few hours at a friend's house.
Kip, I'm afraid as long as you're living in this house, you're going to have to abide by your father's decisions.
That's right. And when you get to Dylan's house, I want you to thank his parents for having invited you over, wash your hands before you sit down, and wait a half hour after you eat before you get in the hot tub or you'll get cramps.
You mean I can go?
That's what you want, isn't it?
Yahoo! Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Beaver, I don't understand. It's Thanksgiving. I think families should be together.
So do I. But I think that's something Kip's gonna have to learn for himself. The Rutherfords.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Kip had the right idea after all.
Thank you. Little posies.
Okay, girls, over here. You ready? Here we... Kelly, when you get back there... Hey, what's so funny?
I don't know.
Are you having a good time?
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. Everybody's here except for Kip and JJ's mom. She went to the fat farm for the holidays. Yeah, last year she gained 16 pounds between Christmas and New Year's. I hope I don't get her metabolism. Hurry up.
Hey, guys. Who's winning?
My bookie.
Why don't you get some new material?
Well, who are you, Rex Reed or something?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just mad at myself for letting Kip go to Dylan's.
Hey, no, Theodore. You did the right thing. You're a terrific father.
Do you really think so?
Sure. My dad never let me do anything I wanted, and I resent him for it.
Come on, Lon. That was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah? I had tickets to this game, and he made me come here.
Dylan, where have you been?
But Mom, you said to get lost with the hockey stick.
I didn't mean all day. Come on in and get cleaned up. And you better be getting home too, Kip.
Oh, he's eating with us tonight, Mom.
He is. You know you're welcome here anytime, Kip, but on Thanksgiving we like to have just the family. It's sort of a tradition.
Hey, Mom, what is this jive?
Maybe next time you'll ask. You, inside. I'll see you later, Kip. Okay, bye.
Hey, man, I'm not going to let this pass. From now on, I'm going to make their lives miserable.
Thanks. Maybe I could do the same for you someday.
Dylan!
I'll call you in a half hour.
Don't bother. After I beg to leave, how can I go home?
Hang in there, buddy.
Excuse me. Can I have a grilled cheese with tomato and a glass of water?
Change that to a turkey sandwich and a milk. Put it on my bill. Hey, Chef Boyardee, let's move it, huh? If I wanted indifferent service, I'd have gone to a good restaurant.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Haskell.
Yeah, no sweat. Hey, what are you doing here? Freddie said you were supposed to be eating at Dylan's.
I was.
Yeah, what'd you do? Put the moves on his big sister?
Actually, Dylan's parents decided to disinvite me.
Hey, that's pretty low. Even I wouldn't do that.
I don't even know how I ever get into messes like this.
It's in the genes. Will you look at that? She get more turkey at the rescue mission. Is that a flea or a poppy seed?
What a dive. At home about now, all you can smell is the rolls cooking. Oliver and Kelly be making puppets by putting olives on their fingers. Pretty soon, Grandma will bring out the turkey, and Mr. Rutherford will crack everybody up with that funny toast. Over the lips and through the gullet.
Hey, you know what I'm doing? I'm playing the world's saddest song on the world's smallest violin. Look, if that's the way you feel, quit boring me and go on home.
I can't. If my dad found out he was right this time, I'd never hear the end of it.
Maybe not, Squirt. You know the old Beaver. He may not be Obi-Wan Kenobi, but he's got a big heart and a real forgiving nature.
Think so?
He's still talking to me, isn't he? But you know, the longer you let it slide, the harder it gets to admit you were wrong.
I guess you're right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Haskell. I appreciate it.
Hey, Sam, don't go spreading it around. I got a reputation to protect. Get out of here.
Happy holidays.
JJ, stop acting like a baby. It's not going to change anything.
What are you doing to my granddaughter now?
Me?
I asked Clarence if there was any way I could sit at the big table tonight.
Well, of course there is, my little cupcake. You just trade places with your father, and you can sit right next to me.
But, Daddy, will you stop your whining already?
Mom! Grandma! Everybody! Here! Quick! Hustle, hustle, hustle!
You know how to use this thing? Here, I want you to get all of this.
Okay.
What's wrong, honey?
Ta-da! Surprise!
Mary Ellen.
Hey, Gloria!
Oh, gosh. What's all the emotion? It's been so long. But I'm so happy to see you. Oh, gosh. Who's responsible for this little surprise?
It was my idea, except Daddy paid for the plane ticket.
Well, I thank you both. You too.
Mm-hmm.
Beaver, where's Kip?
Well, you see, I kind of let him,
Here I am. Look how handsome you look. Oh, wow. Well, now that we're all here, shall we eat? Right, good idea.
And here's your whipping cream.
I guess I should have tried these on this morning. The pants are a little short.
you look very handsome to me.
I guess I owe you an explanation.
All I care about is that you're here.
Me too.
No, don't let me interrupt. I was just passing by and... No, actually, I'm here to straighten things out about the money. Because I sure never wanted to screw up on you, sir. You see, Warden, the only time my old man had any use for me is if he needed a target for hollering practice. And you've never been anything but great to me. I remember when we were first married and living with you guys up in Leavenworth. That whole summer, we just sat out on the porch, listening to the dogs bark, talking the night away. I've missed you, Warden. I swear I'll pay you back someday. But until then, I'd just like us all to be together again. I could never say that. No way.
Clarence. Switching seats with me.
Thanks, Theodore. Just Vanessa, I'm going to see about getting your office heated. I said I won't take
Doesn't that look good?
I'd just like to say how happy I am that we're all here today. And, you know, I think it would be a nice idea if we all joined hands and give thanks. Because at a time when people seem to be drifting apart, our family and our friends keep growing closer. Wally, would you do the honor?
I'd love to.
Hey, Wally, save me the front half.
Just like to add one thing to that. Over the lips and through the gums, look out, stomach, here it comes.
We Cleavers try to teach our children. Some, of course, are more important than others. No matter how hard you try, kids will always leave the house without making their beds, or they'll hide their kidney beans in a flower vase. But in our family, we place honesty at the top of the list. Unfortunately, a lie can sometimes seem like the easy solution to a problem. But the longer you live with that lie, the harder it becomes to face the truth. And that's what our story's about in this episode of Still the Beaver.
For sharing your birthday present with us. Well, class, while that may have been difficult for some of us, there's a tremendous scientific value in seeing a real calf's brain. Hubert, Next time you have something disgusting to share it with me first.
Miss Canfield!
Okay, Melissa. Let's remember now, the important thing is how much joy something brings, not how much it costs.
I'll try, Miss Canfield. Today I'd like to share something very special to me, and they're just about impossible to find in Mayfield. But my father went to New York on a business trip and brought me home.
If it's another ceramic course, I'd rather see cow brains.
My very own mulberry bush doll.
Big deal.
Isn't she beautiful? And she's even more expensive than my Cabbage Patch doll. Sorry, Miss Canfield.
Look at her. I hate her.
Me too.
I bet that stupid thing isn't even a real mulberry bush doll. J.J. Rutherford, where are you going?
Just get a closer look. Make sure it's real.
Traitor.
It was the most awesome video. The guitar player goes into this solo. And wow! Then the guitar turns into this humongous snake. Then the whole band becomes spiders eating young flies. Grandma thought it was different, but my dad's making it sound like concert tickets. Wait, hide me, kid. Hide you from what? That! Get serious.
She won't leave me alone. She's supposed to kiss me all day. She's sick.
You're on your own.
Hi, Peggy. Want to walk me home? Yeah, but,
So who's my dad to take down the flag?
Well, no, you can't. And another thing you can't is sit next to me at lunch, or stare at me during recess, or always go, what happened to us, Oliver? There is no us, because any girl that would dress up like a doll is a real mushhead.
Kelly, all the other girls are coming over to play with my doll. My mom says I should even be nice to unpopular girls. So, you're invited too.
Why would I want to play with your mulberry bush doll?
Well, since you don't have one of your own, it's the next best thing.
I do too have one. I just don't have to brag about it.
You're lying, Kelly Cleaver.
Am not.
R2.
Am not.
Okay, prove it. Bring it to school on Monday.
Well, okay.
You all heard her. Monday. Perfect. Enjoy your weekend, if you can.
Kelly, how could you say something so stupid? I don't know. I just opened my mouth, and that's what came out.
How's my little girl?
Pretty good.
You call this pretty good, huh? What's wrong, hon?
Dad, you know those mulberry bush dolls?
You mean the ones that were on the cover of Time magazine?
I gotta have one.
Well, we'll see if we can't work something out, okay?
Do you think we could work something out by Monday? So I could take it to school?
Kelly. you didn't tell someone that you already have one of these dolls, did you?
No. I told everyone. Can we move to China?
Well, now, you know what you did was wrong.
I know. I just cracked. It's not Melissa again.
Well, I don't approve of what you did. But, there's no law that says a father can't spoil his little girl now and then.
Oh, Daddy, I love you. And you don't have to buy me another present for the rest of my life.
You really mean that?
Probably not.
I can't believe it. Finally, somebody actually has one.
It's about time. We've been to 85 stores already.
Beaver, that's a mulberry bush doll.
That thing? That's what we've been dragging all over the county for? I thought it'd at least look cute like E.T.
I don't care what it looks like. They've got one, and it's mine. Kelly's. Oh, thank goodness. Hey. Can't you read? We're closed. This'll only take a second. I know exactly what I want.
Yeah, that ugly doll in the window.
Oh, is that all? You'll just give me $29.95, tax included. The doll is yours. Great. Here you go. Now, just put your name, address, and telephone number right there, and we'll contact you just as soon as our next shipment arrives. Shipment should be no longer than 12 to 14 weeks.
14 weeks? What about the one in the window?
It's not for sale. It's my display model.
I can't wait.
Be a big boy.
Sir, do you have any children?
3 girls.
Or was there ever something that they wanted so badly that you just had to buy it for them?
Oh, yes, but it's still in the window. My daughter needs that doll. My daughter needs braces. Perhaps we could work something out. That's bribery. I prefer to think of it as the law of supply and demand. I promised my little girl one of those dolls, and you are going to sell it to me at the suggested retail price, or you and your daughter are going to need braces.
Wally, now wait a minute. Do you want to get disbarred over a doll?
Beaver, I went to school for 7 years. I took an oath to support the law.
Do you want the ugly doll or not?
You think he'll take a check?
Look, Wally, I know it was expensive, but you probably got the last one in the whole state.
Yeah, for $120, you'd think you would have gift-wrapped it.
Mine was only 79 cents. But I think it's a lot cuter.
Yeah, boys are easier to please.
When Melissa sees this doll, she's going to want to crawl under a rock. That's where she came from. I've got the best dad in the whole world. Yeah. Clarence said I couldn't have one of those dolls until my grades came up and he got a new car. Don't your parents mind you calling them by their first names? I think Letitia does. Clarence doesn't care what I call him as long as it isn't Lumpy.
JJ, Kelly, hurry! A car just crushed the fire hydrant, and you can get wet from all the way across the street. Come on!
Come on, Ollie. Be a man. Show me what you're made of.
Well, why aren't you doing it?
I did it once already. It was real good.
But it says right here, do not remove under penalty of law.
I'm still here, aren't I?
Well, okay, I'll do it. But if I get sent to the slammer, you'll have to eat your own string beans.
Okay.
He made me do it! My life is over. I lost my dog. Big deal. I just broke the law. You don't understand. After all my father went through to get that doll, I'm going to be locked in my room for the rest of my natural-born life.
At least you won't have to face the kids at school on Monday.
What am I going to do? Tony Dog ate it. We don't have a dog. Get Uncle Wally to buy you one. Then we can play with it. Ollie, I've got grief here.
Don't have a cow over this, Kelly. There's got to be something we can do.
Why don't you borrow one? I thought of that. But I don't know anyone else who has one. Me neither. Except for that creepy, snail-faced Peggy Morgan. Oh, no. I know what you're thinking. Please. I ain't going over there. Not for you or nobody. I'm not nobody. I'm your cousin. We're family. We help each other.
Besides, if you don't go, I'll tell Dad who put the bubble gum in his bowling ball.
Oliver, I was surprised to hear from you after you called me a mushhead. Well, it was the end of a rough day. You should have gone around to dolls. Once in a while, I'd like something else, but my parents have no imagination. Boy, this is pretty fancy stuff, huh? Thank you. I only bring these plates out for special occasions. For every day, I use Flintstone ware. Don't you like tea? Oh, yeah. It's just that my lips burn easy. So, tell me about yourself. Well, first I was born, then my parents got divorced, and now I'm in 4th grade. Do you have a lot in common? Probably not, because I'm a boy, and I like cars, getting dirty, and dinosaurs. Do you like me? The funny thing about dinosaurs is, even though they were real big, they were pretty stupid. But do you like me? Oliver, I asked you if you like me, and I'm not going to ask you again. That's a relief. Don't you just say it? You hate me, don't you? Yes. You're a sappy girl who lives with sappy dolls and drinks sappy tea. And the only reason I was even trying to be nice to you is because my cousin Kelly used to borrow your sappy mulberry bush doll, so her whole class don't laugh at her, and she won't have to move to China. But it ain't worth it. Oliver! Give this to Kelly. Tell her she can keep it as long as she needs to. You're gonna do that even after all those sappy names I called you? You better go now. Bye.
Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. General knowledge. Oh, I'm good at that.
All right, Mrs. Cleaver. Your question is, how many stars in the Big Dipper?
That's general knowledge?
Come on, just take it. Hey, now, wait a minute. No looking out the window. That's cheating.
23.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Cleaver, but we do want to leave you with a year's supply of bean dip.
I don't know why this game is so popular.
2. Geography.
Good luck. Kabul is the capital of what country?
What is that, Mom?
Kuala Lumpur.
Is the capital of what country?
Malaysia.
Hey, now, have you been studying the cards again?
Yes, honey, that's what I do after you go to sleep every night.
Oh, I'll get it. Here, Mom, take my turn.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. History.
All right, Mrs. Cleaver, now take your time. Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Ulysses S. Grant.
General and Mrs. Grant.
This game is the product of a sick mind.
You won't believe this. Kelly, get down here. Kelly lost her doll in the park, and a little boy found her name in it and brought it home. It's going to take a load off her mind.
Yeah, Dad?
Kelly,
What is it, Dad?
I rotated my tires today.
Again?
Yeah, well, you never can be too safe. Are you enjoying your doll?
Oh, Daddy, I love her. And I'd never let her out of my sight.
Yes, I can see that. Well, we'll be up in a little while and say goodnight, sweetheart.
Where'd she get $120 for a doll?
How much?
That's not important. The point is that she stood there and pretended like nothing was wrong.
And you stood there and let her get away with it.
Under the circumstances, I think it was the best thing he could have done. She knows she did something wrong. If I know my granddaughter, she'll be down here with a little confession any minute.
And if she doesn't?
Don't ask me. I only raise boys.
It's 8:23. How much longer can she live with herself?
Now, don't sell her short. She still has 7 minutes to bare her soul and not be late for school. I think that's 6.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. I have to clean the rabbit's cage after school, so I'll be home late.
Kelly, isn't there something that you wanted to tell your mother and me?
Dad?
Yes, sweetie?
Can I have some lunch money? It's Sloppy Joe Day.
Yeah, sure. Here. Now, is there anything else?
No. Nothing else. Thanks anyway. Bye.
Okay, Mary Ellen, I think she's had enough of a chance. Kelly! Kelly, get back in here!
Something wrong, Dad?
No. I just didn't want you to leave without this.
Kelly, if you lost your doll, why didn't you tell us about it?
I wanted to, except what good would that have done? You wouldn't let me get another one. And all the kids at school would have thought I was lying.
But you were lying.
Only until Dad bought me the doll.
Wally?
Well, yeah, but there was a good reason for that. Well, I guess there wasn't. Well, it seems that I didn't set a very good example for you. See, you lied and I rewarded you. That's wrong.
I didn't want to lie. But I had to show that Melissa.
Sweetheart, sometimes it's easier to lie. Whether it's about having a doll or how much you like your mother's broccoli quiche.
I thought you told me you liked my broccoli quiche.
I lied.
But I make it every week.
You see, when you tell a lie, it just keeps spreading. And then you have to cover it up with another lie. Like we did with the doll. But if you tell the truth, it may hurt in the beginning, but in the long run, you won't have to eat green quiche every week. Now, does that make any sense to you?
I kind of knew what I did was all wrong. But I was hoping I wouldn't have to learn my lesson until after I showed Melissa up. Could I wait a little longer?
That's up to you, Kelly.
Well. I see Kelly was too afraid to show up. I knew she didn't have a mulberry bush doll. Did you think you would sneak in after the bell rang? Why would I want to do that? Because you lied about having a doll. You're right. I'm always right. I have two. Oh. Kelly's my best friend. Well, I hope you're happy now. You know, I thought I would be, but I'm not. You see, I didn't have the doll when I said I did. You lied. Yeah. See, I was right. Yeah, it was really dumb. And I know nobody's going to like me for it now. I will. Except for JJ. But you know, if people only like you for your dolls, then they're not really your friends. And that's all I have to say. Hi, Melissa. Looks like a good app to go out and buy all new friends.
Also, we've only got 5 minutes.
Dad, you have to go inside for me. Kids will think I'm a whimper.
Get it. The last time you had a dental appointment, you buried yourself in the sandbox.
Dad, please.
Now, wait a minute. I don't care what your horoscope said today. You are going to the dentist.
It'll only take a second.
Okay, but just a second. I'm parked in the bus zone.
Hey, you. Here's your doll back. Thanks for the loan. You're welcome. You know, you're really not such a bad guy for a girl. And I probably would like you okay if you didn't always chase me around and go... I guess I have been a little obvious. You know, I got a new dinosaur book, and maybe you could come over and look at it sometime. You really let me do that? Sure. As long as you didn't tell any of my friends.
Oliver, that was very nice. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, I figure after that, going to the dentist will be a cinch. What a man.
Beaver. I think the best way to teach him responsibility is to give him a pet.
They breed horses smaller than that dog.
Dad said our pet had to be small. He didn't say it had to be charming. I'm going to take him home. got sent to my room for losing a tooth. Just for losing a tooth? Well, it was in my brother's mouth at the time, but I think it was loose anyway. One, two, three. Uh-oh. I think I just killed a fish. You have some imagination, Oliver. Me? You're the one who's scared of kryptonite. You laugh. But I had a bad experience once. Coming? Oh, sure. Take off even before I get a chance to beat you. Wait, you can't leave like that. Oh, thanks. You're the only one I can trust with my secret identity. See you later, Ollie.
Legs 4, body's tight, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, tenor, and 1, 2, keep going, 3. Come on.
I knew you'd love her.
What is this thing doing here?
Well, that bankrupt butcher that I represented finally paid me.
Dog is all he paid you?
Oh, no. No, this is just the first installment. She's gonna have puppies.
Maybe we can find out who her friends are and throw her a baby shower.
Hey, listen, Mary Ellen, this is no ordinary dog. She's a purebred. Do you have any idea how much those puppies are going to be worth?
Money is not the issue.
You're absolutely right. The issue here is security. Sonia is a ferocious watchdog. Check this out. Your money or your life?
Mama, Mom.
Well, she's great with kids.
But you know Kelly has allergies.
Oh, come on. She got over those a long time ago.
Bob, is there a dog in the house?
Not for long, Kelly.
Hey, look at him, Beav. A Boynish dog. Now, come on. Is there any greater joy?
Well, Kip was happy when we brought Oliver home, too. But after a couple of weeks, he wanted to give him back. Oh, hi, Mom.
Oh, Grandma, look what Uncle Wally got us.
Well, how thoughtful of Uncle Wally.
Beaver, did I see you in the kitchen a minute?
I knew you'd want to, Mom. I guess you want to talk about the dog, huh, Mom?
Beaver, whether the dog stays or not, that's your decision. I can always be happy in a condominium.
Don't worry about it, Mom. If Wally and I couldn't keep the alligator, the horse, or the monkey, I guess the boys can live without Moby Dog.
Dad, Grandma, I just saw a monster.
That's just Wally's dog.
No, down by Miller's Pond. A real live monster.
Now, Oliver, you know better than to tell tall tales. Why don't you go get washed up for dinner?
I should have known. No grown-up would believe me.
In a couple of days, they're going to forget all about having a dog.
Dad, thanks for the neat dog. Wow.
Think about it, Mom. Is there any greater joy than a boy and his dog?
Yes, a grandmother and her clean house.
I hate always having to be the bad guy. No, you can't have a pet. No, you can't watch TV. No, you can't go skydiving.
Beaver, I don't want to deprive the boys, but do you honestly think those boys are responsible enough to care for that dog?
I don't think Tarzan could care for that dog.
Well, then go in there and tell them before they get too attached.
I want this meal to be special, sweetheart. I made the same thing for Mary Ellen when she was expecting. Only, she didn't have to eat it off the floor. Come on, girl. Here you go. Who's there?
Dwayne.
Dwayne who?
Dwayne a bathtub. I'm drowning.
Come on in, Eddie.
Hey, so how's the old flea bag?
I wish you wouldn't talk about her like that, Eddie. Ooh, touchy, touchy. I'm here to save your marriage, not boost your dog's ego. Okay, okay. Look, I've made a list of instructions. Now, this is what she likes to eat. Are you kidding, Sam? My kids don't eat this good. Eddie, are you sure you're going to give her a good home?
Hey, who said anything about a home? I need a guard dog for my construction site.
Is that the way you're going to treat my dog?
What are friends for?
Sonia, sick him.
Where have you been? Out of Noah's pond, looking for the monster. But I think he's kind of scared of me.
Well, where you were out fooling around, I got us the pet Dad said we could have.
What is it?
I'll give you a hint. It's warm, it's furry, and it loves to play.
I'll bet I know what it is. Spider ate our kitty.
Brain. That spider is our pet. And he's a tarantula, and his name's Mr. T.
I have a feeling that's not the kind of pet Dad had in mind.
Look, Dad said our pet had to be small. He didn't say it had to be charming.
What about Grandma? She wouldn't even let me be Spider-Man for Halloween.
You're right. So let's not say anything about Mr. T until we can prove we can take care of him.
Good thinking. Does he look hungry to you?
Shouldn't be. I split a cheeseburger on the way home.
Holy Toledo! Mr. T, where are you?
Beaver, would you pass the pepper, please?
Sure, Mom.
Thank you. Morning. Morning.
Hi, Mary Ellen. What do you need?
Can I borrow some eggs? Wally's used the rest of ours to make Sonia's Alpo omelet.
They're in the refrigerator. Want some coffee?
Love some. Well, I finally told Wally, either find a home for Sonia by this weekend or build a doghouse with a guest room for himself.
You're going to have an uphill battle, Mary Ellen. Now, Wally's always loved animals. When we had a problem with mice, he locked the exterminator in the basement.
Any toast?
Help yourself.
Oliver, how come you're not ready for school?
Because I think I'm going to be coming down with something.
Well, all the more reason to have a good breakfast. Here, you sit down there.
Good morning, Aunt Mary Ellen.
Morning.
Good morning, Aunt Mary Ellen.
Hi, Kip.
Well, good morning, Chip. I suppose you're going to be coming down with something, too.
Yeah, well, there must be something in the air. Or on the floor.
Well, come on, sit down here. I'm not serving breakfast in shifts.
Jelly in the fridge?
Uh-huh.
Dad, wondering, tarantulas poisonous?
Some are, some aren't.
What about the one on Aunt Mary Ellen's back?
I don't know what gets into your heads. I stick out my neck so that you can have a pet. And you sneak in a creature from a horror movie.
But Dad, nobody got hurt.
But somebody could have. The point is, I trusted you, and you proved that you're not responsible.
Dad, we promised. He won't get loose again. We'll even put him on a leash.
It's too late for that. This little experiment responsibility is over. And so are your chances to ever have another pet.
So Mr. T's history, huh? Yeah, we treated him to the pet store for a rubber ball with a bill in it. How'd John take it? She didn't say a word about it. As a matter of fact, she hasn't talked since it happened. Man, you got off easy. If my spider attacked my aunt, I'd be hanging on some satellite right now. Scare the monster. Get a grip, Ollie. There aren't any monsters in Mayfield, except for that weird guy who talks to himself in the post office. Oh, yeah? If there are no monsters, then where do these tracks come from? Doing at Miller's Pond? I don't know. I'm not an animal psychologist. I better call someone to come pick him up. No, don't do that. I saw in the news once where this elephant escaped, and they shot him with big tranquilizer guns, and he died. Well, I'm not going to let that happen to him. What are you going to do? I'm going to take him home. Be careful. After what happened with that spider, you'd be taking a chance bringing animal crackers home. I promise I won't tell. I'll tell him. No! He's scared me. They're gonna hurt him and maybe shoot him. And we gotta protect him. Yeah, Ollie, where are you? We're in the garage. Blabbermouth. Isn't that an elephant? No, it's Lumpy Rumpelford, and he's going to a costume party. It is not Lumpy. It's Sinbad the elephant. We learned about him in current events yesterday. He was supposed to be in a luggage commercial, but he ran away. Everybody's looking for him. Well, they're not going to find him, because I'm going to keep him right here. Nothing bad happens to him. You don't have any idea how to take care of an elephant. Sure I do. I've seen Dumbo 3 times.
Oliver, be realistic. You can't keep him here forever.
Listen, if you don't want to help me, then fine. Just get out of here. Come on, Kip. This was good. For help.
Maybe we could help you until we can figure out something to do with it.
Thanks, guys. But remember, not a word of this leaves the garage. Deal?
Deal.
Deal.
mow the lawn. I didn't know how to clear it with you. What are you hiding in there?
The truth is, Dad, Oliver found out you returned the tie he gave you for Father's Day.
Oh, gee. I really didn't want that to happen.
Well, he's in there, making you something really special. And if you saw it before it was done, it would really break his heart.
He's got such a big heart for a little guy.
Yeah.
You know, here's a couple bucks. Well, just in case you need some more supplies, you can tell him you found it on the couch.
Thanks, Dad.
My boys. I gotta tell Wally.
Don't get discouraged, girl. Kelly's allergist says the new breakthroughs are being made every day. Oh, and Mary Ellen is starting to soften. I can see it. It may not be obvious to you, but I've known her longer. Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going? Come here. Come back here. Whoa, big girl. Hey, whoever's in there, I gotta warn you, I got a vicious dog out here. And I was all county in football. I just caught the news on my CD radio. So who you got locked in there, Beaver? The ex-wife? Good morning, Mrs. Cleaver. That's a very becoming robe you have on. Some things never go out of style.
Thank you, Eddie. I wore it just for you.
You in the garage. Come out with your hands up. This is your last warning. You have 60 seconds to surrender.
Kip! 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 Wake up! Wake up!
What? What is
Come quick! It's Sinbad! There's cops in the driveways with guns!
Ollie, wake up!
Quiet! Sit! Heel!
Okay, your time's up. We're coming in.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Happy Father's Day, Dad. What's that making us wait so long for?
He's making us sweat it out, so we feel real bad about what we did.
The only thing I feel bad about is getting caught.
Want to come in, Mom?
No, I think you know what has to be done. Somebody's got to talk to those TV reporters.
Dad, Sinbad's gonna be okay, isn't he?
They're not gonna punish him or anything.
No, nothing like that. Why don't you guys sit down? As a matter of fact, the animal control officer said they're going to try to get the owners to put him in a wildlife park.
Dad, we weren't trying to disobey you about having a pet or anything. Oliver just happened to come home with an elephant.
It could have happened to anyone.
We were just trying to protect him.
Fellas, please. I know your hearts were in the right place. I was the one that was really off base. Just because you made one little mistake with that tarantula, I didn't think you were responsible enough to care for another living creature. But I was certainly wrong.
We forgive you, Dad.
Aw, thanks, Ollie. And you know, the next time I tell you that you can never do something again, remind me of the time that I told you could never have another pet.
You mean we can have another pet?
Well, as long as it doesn't have more than 4 legs and can fit in through the front door. What's the matter, Oliver? I thought you'd be a little more excited.
It's hard for a guy to get all sweated out after he's had his own elephant.
Yeah, I think I understand how you feel. Why don't you give it a couple weeks? Maybe you'll feel differently.
Come to think of it, Freddie Haskell's cobra eggs are going to be hatching pretty soon. But I'll settle for a chameleon.
Take care of yourself and your family with a show that puts parenting in perspective. Join Debbie Van Kiekeveld tonight at 9:30 for Positive Parenting, only on YTV.
My little girl got the lead in the class play. How about that?
You don't understand. Sleeping Beauty's got to get kissed by a handsome prince for 3 nights in a row. Yuck.
Sleeping Beauty. I just hope she doesn't slug him in front of all these witnesses. You do something if you don't tell me what it is you don't want to do.
Because if I tell you, you'll make me do it. Where's Dad?
He's on the phone trying to get a client out of jail.
But this is important.
Hi, where's Wally? I gotta see him right now.
Get in line.
I am in line.
Daddy, don't make me do it.
Okay, you don't have to do it.
Now, why didn't I think of that? Wally?
So, Kelly, what don't you want to do?
Be Sleeping Beauty in my class play. I can't.
Oh, sure you can. Look, Wally, I gotta talk to you.
My little girl got the lead in the class play. How about that?
I knew playing a thermometer last year would lead to bigger things.
You don't understand. Sleeping Beauty's got to get kissed by a handsome prince for 3 nights in a row. Yuck.
Come on, honey, give it a try. It's only a pretend kiss.
Forget it. Why couldn't we have done the ugly duckling? Then all I'd have to do is quack.
I don't get it. She'd rather be a duck than a princess?
Honey, you just don't understand women.
So, what's your problem, Beaver?
Not my problem. Our problem. Floyd Sullivan's back.
Hey, no kidding. How is the old guy?
Oh, well, I'll tell you how he is. He's rich, he's handsome, and he's here to steal Mom away from her happy home and stick her on a 70-foot yacht in Key West.
Who told you that?
He did, when he called up to ask her out.
Oh, come on, Beav. She wouldn't marry the guy 2 years ago. Why would she do it now?
Well, think about it, Wally. She used to have time to be with her friends, travel, sit on the city council. Then bingo, I move back home, you move next door. Suddenly, she's a full-time grandma. Floyd's her ticket to excitement.
Boy, now I'm starting to feel bad. Mary Ellen and I never think twice about going out on the town and leaving her home with Kelly.
Well, it's not that the kids and I couldn't manage without her. It's just that she's become such a big part of our lives. I'd hate to lose her.
Well, you know, Beav, if you're really afraid that Mom's going to jump ship, we all better start making her life a whole lot easier.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
start treating her like a guest in our homes.
Surprise! She's already gone to Florida. Grandma! Thank goodness you're still here.
Well, what's all this about?
Well, the boys thought they might surprise you with breakfast in bed.
Oh, I'm supposed to smash a bottle of champagne over the new city shuttle bus this morning. But I made it a practice of never smashing anything on an empty stomach.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, everything looks just wonderful. Toast and bacon and eggs. I hardly know where to start.
Sorry for bacon. Oliver dropped it upstairs. Well, what's up on his sleeve?
Why don't you just start with the juice?
I'll get it. Oh!
Sweeten this up.
Now look what you did. Grandma's gonna leave us for that guy Floyd for sure.
Oliver, wherever did you get that idea?
From him.
Why don't you guys take that stuff back down to the kitchen? I think your grandmother wants to have a word with me.
Grandma, don't ground Dad. We still need a ride to school.
I'll take that into consideration. Beaver, what have you been putting in those boys' minds?
Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it, Mom? Lloyd Sullivan's back in town, and the boys are afraid they might lose you.
Is it only the boys?
Okay, I'll admit it. It's Wally, too.
Beaver.
Well, Mom, I'll admit, the thought did cross my mind. But if you were to leave, who'd be here when the boys got home from school? And to make sure that they ate right and help me raise them.
If your world is so threatened by my having one little date, then you've become far too dependent on me. Who knows, if I left, it might be the best thing for all of us.
Oh, hi.
Hi, honey. Have a good game?
Yeah, I won all 3 sets. Well, it wasn't too tough. On his first serve, Lumpy hit a lady in the snack bar and got a little tentative after that.
Well, I'm glad somebody around here had an easy afternoon.
What's up?
Wally, I'm worried about Kelly.
Honey, can we talk to you?
Kelly, honey, can your mother and I come in, please?
Okay.
So, how's everything in school?
Not bad, but I can't never go back. Not after what I did.
Kelly, before we start checking into private schools, could you tell us what happened today?
Well, we saw a movie about our friend this time, and in rehearsal, I belted the prince.
You belted the... Any particular reason why?
He tried to kiss me. Everything was going fine until Miss Canfield said we were going to rehearse the last scene. So I lay down on the card table and closed my eyes. And Doug said, "That's the prince. At last I have found you, but I fear I am too late, for my life will never be complete without you, my sleeping beauty." Then I smelled salami. So I peeked a little, and there was his face coming closer and closer, all puckered up like a fish. And then, the only way I could stop him was, pow!
Well, it's lucky that his father's a dentist.
Honey, the kiss is supposed to be the happy ending.
Not for Dad.
Kelly, honey, listen, I know you can play that part, but if it's upsetting you this much, why don't we just stay home this weekend? We'll rent a movie and make some popcorn.
No way.
Okay, Kelly. What's going on? Do you want to be in this play or not?
I don't, but I got to, or else everyone will think I'm a loser, and I'll never get picked for anything again except banging a racer.
Well, okay, stay in the play. But tell Miss Canfield that you want a less demanding role, like a peasant or a rock.
Oh, Daddy, how can you be so mean?
Actresses.
Come on in, sweetheart.
Grandma, I know I'm not supposed to bother you, but can I watch you get ready for your date?
You certainly may. And you can bother me anytime you want to. I'm so sorry I can't come to your play tonight. But Floyd's only in town for one day. I'll come tomorrow night.
With Uncle Beaver?
Uh-huh. Shouldn't you be in your costume by now?
I guess so, but I don't like it.
Looks lovely to me.
On you, maybe. You're beautiful. I hate the way I look.
Please, sweetheart. You're the most gorgeous young lady I've ever seen.
No, I'm not. My hair's stringy, my eyes are too far apart, and I got a neck like a stack of dimes. They probably picked me for the part because they felt sorry for me.
Kelly Cleaver, you remind me of a youngster who was so afraid they were going to have a pug nose that they slept with this awful contraption to flatten it out.
Is this going to be another one of those stories where the kid turns out to be you?
Nope. This time it turns out to be your father.
Mom says we have the same nose.
Kelly Cleaver, you come over here. I want you to take a good look at yourself. You know, I take your hands away from your nose. Come on, open your eyes. You know, if we're only looking for imperfections in ourselves, we're surely going to find them. You know something? I hate to be the one to break this to you. But, honey, you're a knockout.
No. Really?
Mm-hmm. Just look at those high cheekbones. You get those from my side of the family.
I never saw them before.
Well, all the top actresses have them. But none of them have eyes like yours.
They open and close good, too.
I bet you'd just be stunning in that costume. Let's go put it on. Here's your costume. Oh, what a pretty petticoat.
I picked it out myself.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You put your hair up?
Uh-huh.
What a lovely dress this is.
At least it'll hide my knobby knees.
Well, that's an advantage. Come on, let's go take a look.
I still got a neck like a stack of dimes.
Well, so did Cleopatra, and Audrey Hepburn, and even your grandmother. Look, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Put your hair up. See?
No, Grandma, you're right. I am a knockout.
Yes, you are. And it's not just because of the way you look either. It's because of who you are. It's your sweetness and your curiosity and your sense of humor. That's what's going to knock that audience right off their feet tonight.
Thanks, Grandma, for always being there when I need you.
Oh, I love you, Kelly.
Hey, Gertrude, is the man of the house about?
Cut it out, Eddie. I don't need any guff from you, especially not tonight.
You're right, Beef. That was a cheap shot. Hey, look, why don't you gather up the kids so I can get them out of here before your Tupperware party starts?
Skip, Oliver, your ride's here.
Theodore, might I remind you of the spiraling cost of admission at the drive-in?
Okay, but this time just don't sneak them through in the trunk and then try to pocket the money.
We got five! Here!
You got it, this car. It's so long it sags in the middle.
Hey, this guy's no teenager. Did you say he lived in Florida or discovered it?
Eddie, doesn't the movie start soon?
Hey, I just want to stick around long enough to meet the petrified playboy.
Maybe if we don't answer, he'll go away.
Now, come on. I want you guys to be on your best behavior. And you too, Eddie.
Theodore, how nice to see you again.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Sullivan. These are my two sons, Kip and Oliver.
Kip? Oliver?
Well, how was your trip?
Fine. Who is that obnoxious child out front who tried to charge me for parking?
You must have encountered my firstborn, Frederick. And this is Eddie Haskell. who's just leaving.
It's a pleasure, sir. Coming, son. And may I say, that's a splendid suit. Are ascots back in fashion again?
Why don't you boys go outside and keep Frederick out of trouble?
Boy, he must be a messy eater. He's got a napkin around his neck.
Hello, Floyd.
Hello, June. You look wonderful as always.
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you, Eddie.
Eddie, you know, I think the kids are waiting out there.
Hey, now we're just getting to the good part. Oh, I just love to see old-fashioned sentiment like this. Makes me think of my grandparents' 50th anniversary. He bought her a corsage, too. Only he forgot to give it to her. He just stuck the pin in her arm and kissed her.
Shall we?
Mom, have a great time.
Thanks, Beaver.
Oh, Floyd! If you feel drowsy, promise you'll pull over.
That young man is the most appalling jerk in my memory.
You don't think to hurt your mom's chances with the old guy, do you?
No, Eddie. This time I think you did just fine.
Hey, lay off the horn!
Excuse me. Pardon. Sorry. Excuse me. Hi. Excuse me. Were these the best seats you could get?
Clarence, this is the second row.
I just hope I can get a good shot of JJ from here.
Will you relax, Lumpy? You can practically touch her from here.
I'm thirsty.
Lumpy, the show's about to start.
Oh, these things never start on time. Excuse me. Whoa. Ouch. I'm sorry. Whoa. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Whoa, pardon me. Did I miss anything? Hey, these really are good seats.
Long ago, far away, in a magical kingdom, Princess Aurora was born, King Stefan and fair queen. From near and far, people came bearing gifts, including me, her fairy godmother. Thanks, Clarence. Now I can't think.
Okay, Melissa.
Well, King Stefan, I was quite upset at not receiving an invitation. So I brought my own little surprise, a golden thimble. We'll cast a spell of touch upon her 15th birthday. Touch the spindle, Aurora. It will bring you eternal happiness. Don't touch it, Aurora. It will bring you eternal youth. The fairy godmother, this is so pretty. What harm could come from just one touch?
This is it.
Oh, fair maiden, at last I found you. Here I am too late, and life will never be complete without you. Sleeping Beauty.
I just hope she doesn't slug him in front of all these witnesses.
Come on, Dad. Kiss me. Don't worry. I won't pop you again. Just scared. I couldn't go before. Especially for our parents. Come on. Don't worry. It was only pretend.
not home yet, huh, Beaver?
Not yet. Are you worried too?
Oh, no, I always walk around the street at 1:30 in the morning.
Come on. I don't want her to know we're waiting up for her. Mom, is that you?
Hi, boy. Are you waiting up for me?
No. We were just playing poker.
Oh, really? Why'd you just discard 3 kings?
Mom, I think we ought to have a talk.
Oh, this sounds serious. Should we go in the den?
Come on, he just wants to know where he stands. And I'd like to know, too.
We really had a nice time. And how was Kelly's play?
Oh, she was terrific. You know that part where she's supposed to
That's great, Wally. But we just get to the part about Floyd and Mom. And how much your grandchildren love her.
Well, Beaver, if you really want to know, Floyd asked me to go to Florida with him. And I didn't even have to think it over.
Well, so, Wally, tell us about Kelly's play.
Beaver, I'd really rather hear about Mom's evening right now.
Thank you, Wally. You know, living with my children and my grandchildren can sometimes be nothing but headaches, aggravation, and carpet stains. That's not really the lifestyle that grandparents are led to expect. But tonight when Kelly came to me for help, and what little I did really had an effect on her, that really meant an awful lot to me. I don't want to be one of those grandparents who just comes in once a year and passes out presents. I'm really a part of your lives. And right now, I wouldn't trade that for any yacht in the whole world. It's been a long, wonderful day. I don't know about you two, but I'm turning in.
Oh, not me. I've got to finish scouring the oven.
What's wrong, Mom?
I don't have the heart to tell him. It's a self-cleaning oven.
Old Spanish California's classy defender of right. Zorro, next on YTV.
One thing that never seems to change from generation to generation is the desire to belong. There's nothing like the camaraderie of being in on something special. But when you discover that you're wanted, not for who you are, but for what you have, it can be a painful experience. And what's even worse is realizing that you've neglected those that really matter the most. And that's our story in this episode of Still a Beaver.
Oh, Kelly, have you seen Kip around? We're supposed to go to Neptune's restaurant and make faces at the live lobsters. I haven't seen him since the fire drill, where he was trying to stop Barry Haskell from making siren noises. Typical. Look, Ollie, I'm in a jam. I've got Junior Chipmunk meeting for the whole week. And now I'm supposed to build this diorama with dinosaurs and junk. Dinosaurs? You lucky dog. I gotta memorize poems by a dead guy. Some luck. I know less about dinosaurs than I know about Roman numeral. Oh, dinosaurs are easy. The only tricky part is saying their names without spitting. Look, Ollie, maybe you can help me build the diorama, and I'll help you memorize your poems. You got yourself a deal. Thanks, Ollie. I'll be over at B1. That's 6 in Roman numerals, I think. Bye.
I'm not going to stand for it. I just wasn't cut out to be an alternate. Hey, Sam, you're just down on co-ed volleyball because Julie Woods beat you out for first string. Hey, not so loud. Anyways, she's not that coordinated for someone 6'2".
Where are you going? We're supposed to name the lobsters before they get boiled.
Not now, Ollie. We got to go take the team picture. And I'm not going to smile.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Marcus has band practice. Kelly has Junior Chipmunks.
The churches are open. Why not pray for some personality?
Well, hi.
Is Ollie home?
No, he went out with your grandmother. Something about an emergency trip to the toy store.
He was supposed to help me with my diorama today.
Oh, well, I guess I could help you, but I'm not very good with foreign languages. Get it? Diorama, foreign languages?
Never mind. I'll come back later.
Arrivederci.
I still don't think you have the makings of a real gladiator.
Well, I bought the uniform.
Clothes don't make the man, Cleaver. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm letting you use our garage as a clubhouse.
That helps. Being a gladiator is more than that. It's a way of life. We're always together. Right? Right. Yeah. We stand up for each other. Yeah.
That's what I want. Some guys who'll stick by me. Oliver, I've been waiting for you. Kelly, what are you doing here? This is secret stuff. But you were supposed to be helping me with my diorama today. I can't now. This is much more important. It's my destiny.
All right, throw your hands in her. If you are gladiator material.
I can be tough if I'm pushed.
All right, we'll let you in. But first you gotta take the secret oath.
But if it's a secret, how will I know what to say?
Watch my lips. Do you swear to uphold all the rules of the gladiators, to be loyal to all of the members, and to keep all our stuff a secret until after you die?
Well, I'm not allowed to swear, but I'll promise real hard.
Falcon, I think we better throw this one back in the pond. Yeah. All right, you're in, kid. Now prepare for the final test. Right now.
Gladiator! just having his brain washed?
Mom, you'll never guess what Oliver's doing with that outfit you bought him.
He does look good in it, doesn't he? So nice to see boys in uniform again.
Mom, he's joined a band of junior terrorists. They're out in the garage chanting.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. I think that's the way the Beatles got started.
I don't like it. They didn't have groups like that when I was a boy.
No, I just bought you that Zorro outfit and you slashed Z's all through the neighborhood. Do you know you frightened Mrs. Donaldson's cat so badly that it was 3 weeks before that cat could eat solid food again?
Mom, Zorro only fought for good. He'd run these kids right out of old California.
Beaver, you understand what Oliver's going through, don't you? Everybody he cares about is involved with something else.
Yeah, I guess he wants to be a part of something. But if I had my way, it wouldn't be those gladiators.
Well, you know as well as I do. If you forbid him from joining, it's going to make them that much more attractive.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But if those kids start pillaging Mayfield, you're going to be the one that has to explain it to the neighbors.
Okay, now give me that orange and yellow thing. We'll put it right here in the lake.
Dad, it's a pterodactyl. It has wings. I think it goes in the sky. No, sea miner's coming.
Hey, look, I may be older than you, but I wasn't around during the Mesozoic age. Stick it right here. Okay, now hand me that tree.
You are going to put it in the ground, aren't you?
Give me a break, will you? I bet I'm doing better homework than any of the other fathers. Hey, this is kind of fun.
Good, because I'm going to need more help. Since Oliver dumped me for those gross friends of his.
Kelly, I know Ollie hurt you. But you guys are more than friends, you're family. And if you turn your back on him, you'll both end up losing. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I'm still pooping around. The project's due on Wednesday.
Today's the big day, Ollie. We're gonna teach you how to chicken fight.
Yeah. So soon? Don't you think I should read up on it first? There's nothing to it.
You just follow the gladiator's motto. Hit the other guy back before he's had a chance to hit you first.
Keep easy. Ah, good one, Malcolm.
So what happened at school today?
Well, the bell rang at 8:30. Then I was in homeroom till 9:10. Well, then I traded my lunch to Janet.
I think her father means, did anything interesting happen to you today?
Oh, well, I don't think anything interesting is going to happen to me until I get a car.
Kip, is your brother coming down to dinner, or is he out at the chariot races? Well, greetings, humanoid. I hope you come in peace and enjoy rump roast.
Oliver, I thought you were a gladiator.
Oh, I am. But a guy's got to start thinking of his future.
Oh, well, that's nice, dear. But on our planet, we don't wear space helmets at the dinner table.
But I can't take it off. It's against Federation rules.
Oliver, you heard what your grandmother said. Take off the helmet. Oliver?
What happened to you?
I'll tell you what happened. The gladiators did this, didn't they?
I can't tell. Well, I didn't mean it, because they're my friends.
Dad, I'm going to get the camera. This would make a great Christmas card.
Just hold it, Kip. And where were you when this happened?
Don't blame me. I was nowhere near him at the time.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have been. He's your little brother, and it's your responsibility to help protect him.
I can take care of myself, Dad.
Not by the looks of it. We're going to have a little talk about your extracurricular activities.
Look, there's plenty of time to discuss this later. Come on, I want to put some ice on that eye.
Grandma, I'm hungry.
Kip, I know it's not cool to hang around your little brother, but he does look up to you, and he needs you to be a good influence.
hard for a guy to be a good influence when his best friend is Freddie Haskell.
There. Swelling's going down already. I think the worst is over.
Yeah, I don't think the worst is going to be over until Dad finishes punishing me.
Maybe your father was right. If I hadn't bought that costume, none of this would have happened.
But it really was an accident. I like being a gladiator. Dad, what are you doing?
I'm throwing this junk out once and for all.
But Dad, if I don't have that stuff, I can't be a gladiator.
Exactly.
It's not fair.
Wow, that's some shiny you got there, Ollie.
That's no big deal. It got us out of the science quiz, because the teacher explained on the whole period how you get one.
Great scam. You don't forget, these chicken fight championships.
Yeah, I can't wait. Malcolm, is it okay if I borrow your battle gear when it's my turn?
What happened to yours?
Oh, nothing. My dad sort of threw it out when he saw my black eye.
You didn't squeal on a fellow gladiator, did you?
Nah. I've seen enough movies to know what happens to prisoners who tattle. So I'll just come to the park and watch you guys.
Cream on. If you don't got your stuff, you can't be in the club. See you around. Perfect setup. He leaps, he spikes, he scores again. How does he do it?
Easy, Conan. You'd still be an alternate if Julie Woods hadn't come down with mononucleosis.
Just wait. I'm going out there today and make him forget Julie Woods ever played the game. Wish Oliver would hurry up. I told him he could tag along with us today.
Don't worry about him. I told him to make like a drum and beat it.
Thanks a lot, Freddie. I promised my dad I'd start looking after him.
I promised my dad I'd mail in his tax return. Come on, if we get there before Coach, we can lower the net a few more inches.
Whereas my client, Edward Haskell, steadfastly maintains his innocence, I have convinced him that it would be prudent to settle this matter out of court. I hope that you concur and accept his generous offer to attach a heater to those heating vents he installed in your hospital room. Sincerely, Wallace Beaver, attorney at law. Boy, I still like the way that sounds.
Hi, Uncle Wally. You stay there, Uncle Wally. I'll find someone to rescue you.
Wait a minute, Ollie. Come here. This is an anti-gravity machine. Helps me get rid of my back pains. That's why I'm home from work early. Want to try it?
No, thanks. When I get older and start creaking. Uncle Wally, I have a legal question to ask you. Can kids sue their dads?
Well, it's not unheard of, but you'd have to have a very strong case.
Oh, boy, do I. Dad threw away my gladiator stuff just because I got a black eye. I think that's cruel and unusable punishment.
Yeah, that is pretty rough. But, I'm afraid the only way that you could sue your dad for throwing away your stuff was if you were wearing it at the time.
It's not fair. I have no one to play with. The gladiators kicked me out. Marcus has band practice. Kip's too busy. And Kelly hates my guts.
Well, that's a bum rap, all right. But, I have a hunch. If you apologize to Kelly, she might, change your opinion of your guts.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Kelly. Cousin. Pal. Oh, Oliver, I thought you'd be with your gladiator friends making first graders walk through puddles. No, the gladiators won't play with me because Dad threw away my stuff. So I decided to come over and apologize to you for being mean.
Isn't that nice?
Real nice. He only wants to be my friend when nobody else will play with him. I'm going over to JJ's. They're having their roof fixed, and she's going to give me real tar for my diorama. Now that's a friend.
Well, it looks like we lost the case, Ollie. Sorry.
It's okay. Can't win them all.
What are you doing out here, Oliver?
I'm doing a science project on fungus, and I volunteered on bringing in some mold.
Oh. Well, that was generous.
Want to help?
No, thank you, Oliver. The only molds I'm good with are cakes and jellos. Well, good luck.
Thanks, Grandma.
Their battle gear fall into enemy hands is definitely not gladiator material.
I'm just as good as anyone here. Prove it. I'm not scared of nothing. I once watched my brother get stitches and I didn't even cry. Oliver, don't be stupid. You don't have to prove anything to these zeros.
Watch for your calling a zero, Shorty.
Stay out of this, Kelly. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I don't count. Because I'm not a gladiator.
Do you really want to get back in the club?
I stole the uniform back, didn't I?
Then crash your stupid dinosaur thing.
Oh, well, I would. But the Stegosaurus is mine. And it's a part of a family. Come on, Oliver. Don't you want to be one of the guys? Yeah, well,
then smash it. Right.
You heard him. You want to be a big, bad gladiator, don't you? Yeah, but I can't do that to you. Okay, then I'll smash it for you. No, Kelly, don't do it!
Oh, isn't that cute? They're square dancing.
I'd rather square dance with her than be friends with you, Zeros.
Nobody says that to us and gets away with it. Right.
My cousin just did.
Well, he's not going to get away with it. Order! Order! Hut! Hold it! If you want to get to them, you'll have to go through me first.
Okay.
I don't believe this. What are we going to do with you guys?
Kelly, how am I going to explain this to your mother?
You could tell her it's an art project.
Dad, can I say something?
Why not? Somebody in your position has nothing to lose.
I think a lot of this is your fault.
My fault? Tell me, Kip, just how hard did that guy hit you?
No. See, all during volleyball practice today, I kept missing easy spikes and setups. And I finally had to admit the reason why.
Because you're really not a good volleyball player?
See, after I heard about what you said, about how Oliver needs me and stuff, well, I went to find him.
I made you feel real bad, huh?
You sure did.
And, Daddy, it was because of what you said about how family was the most important thing that I didn't give up on Ollie.
No kidding. You felt bad too, huh?
Looks like I'm the only one who's still in trouble. I knew stealing my stuff back was wrong.
It certainly was.
It's just that I wanted to be a gladiator so bad that nothing else mattered. But I sure found out who my real friends are. Ollie, we'll always be friends. Just because we're friends again doesn't mean you can get mushy on us.
Come on in, Eddie.
Good afternoon, sir. It's a rare treat indeed to share the secret of your youthful appearance.
Shouldn't you be your father?
Well, he sends his regards, but he was detained in an unforeseeable toll booth altercation.
Are those the revised hospital blueprints?
Yes, sir. And my father's convinced that these documents will allow him to remain a free man.
I'll try, but I'm only human.
Goodbye, sir.
Yeah, bye, Freddie. Hey, Freddie. Is my check in the envelope?
Well, ordinarily it would be, but the tellers at my father's bank are on strike. And in support of their cause, he's refusing to use the facilities. Do you believe that, sir?
Not in the least.
I told him you would. Good day, sir.
Beaver.
I don't think Oliver's got a lot of confidence in himself right now.
His school paper drive starts tomorrow. Geez, Bud. I wish I could help you out, but I re-promised them to Melissa Hensler. My word's only as good as the paper it's printed on.
I'll never win now.
Everybody has been doing very well today. All right, Peggy, your word is notice. Now take your time.
Notice. N-O-T-I-C-E.
That's correct, of course.
Did you notice that dress in the window?
Thank you, Peggy. It's only a spelling bee. You don't have to use the word in a sentence.
Tie before E, except after C. 30 days, half September. Be quiet, Ollie. Don't mess with my concentration.
Marcus, your word is special.
Special. Let me see. S-P-E. Then it's either S or C.
Marcus, we're waiting.
S-P-E-C-I-A-L.
Excellent, Marcus. I'm very impressed. Well, got through the whole class today without missing a single word.
You forgot me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Oliver. It's my mistake. Okay, well, your word is weird.
Couldn't you tell me a little more about the word?
Just spell the word, Oliver. Weird.
Weird. I before E, except after C. W-I-E-R-D.
No, Oliver, it's W-E-I-R-D.
But what about the rule?
There are some exceptions.
But I study my words so hard. Couldn't you just give me another word?
I'm sorry, Oliver. You know what the rules are.
Dad, you don't need to go to parent-teacher night. We can tell you everything you need to know about what we do at school.
That's exactly why I need to go.
Dad, you're not going to go talk with Miss Canfield, are you?
Oh, I thought I'd sneak out to the playground and see if I can still make it to the top of the jungle gym.
Oh, honey, of course we're going to talk to your teacher, but you don't have anything to worry about. Do you?
No, just as long as you don't go snooping around in my desk.
Where's Oliver?
He's upstairs moping again.
No, he's not still upset about falling off the riser during the class picture, is he?
Heck, Dad, I don't know. But I'll look after him for you.
Thanks. Now you know where to reach us if you have any problems.
Kip, I'll be visiting your class. Anything you want me to ask your teacher?
Yeah. I would appreciate if you could find out if they're going to be out two singles on tomorrow's quiz.
See if I can work that casually into the conversation. I think we ought to go.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to be late. I have to stay after school.
Bye, honey.
I hope Miss Canfield doesn't mention that I use Melissa Henson's retainer for my collage.
I don't have anything to worry about. Freddie Haskell in your class. Everybody else looks good in comparison.
Hey, Marcia, how you been? Remember me, Eddie Haskell?
Good memory. Well, Eddie, people tend to remember when you don't drive them home from the prom.
Isn't this the greatest? All the guys together again at school. Maybe so, Rich. But I still get nervous every time I walk in here.
Beaver, you're suffering from what we psychologists call academic shell shock. Hey, is that a real disease? Or is it just something you made up to peddle your book on television? No, this is real. Some guys who've had it tough in school go through life always afraid that someone's going to yell at them. I've been treating Lumpy for it for years.
Funny how things change, isn't it? You know, we were in the same science class for a whole semester, but I never paid attention to you.
We even dissected a crayfish together.
Yeah, I never really noticed you until you came back from that spring vacation in Fort Lauderdale. You were all tan and wearing that little white dress with a little heel on your shoulder.
Well, they didn't have any moisturizer then.
I remember. I saw you standing here right next to your locker. You were opening it, and I just stared. I remember thinking, that is the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh,
You know, I bet I even remember the combination to your locker.
Really?
Yeah. Well, there are some things a man never forgets.
Well, I guess once in love, always in love.
Is there ever any doubt?
You just opened Julie Foster's old locker.
You have been to Florida, haven't you?
There's Courtney's self-portrait, Dave. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, my little girl is so expressive.
There's Oliver's. Cute, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's very nice. It's different.
Wait a minute, Richard. You see something, don't you?
No, there's not much there to see. I mean, very nice. Really.
Richard, we've been friends for a long time. And if there's something I should know, you really ought to tell me.
Well, I don't want to make any snap judgments, but the way kids draw things can usually tell you a lot about them. Well-adjusted kids add a lot more detail.
Like a nose.
Yeah. I mean, look how clear and focused Courtney's is. Now, you know, I could be wrong, but Oliver might be having some problems with his self-image, Beaver.
Well, of course Oliver has a couple problems. What kid doesn't?
Mine? But there's reasons for that. Look, Beaver, Ollie's a great kid, and I don't mean to alarm you, but if you decide there is a problem, let me know. So long, guy.
Hello, Richard.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Mr. Bloomgarden.
Theodore, nice to see you again. Have you finished your term paper yet?
Well, I've been busy.
Since 1958?
Are you still conducting the Glee Club?
Oh, yes, except this year we didn't have enough sopranos to do Handel's Messiah, so instead we decided to do A Snoopy Christmas.
Oh, well, you know, they're both very inspirational. Interesting picture, isn't it?
In all honesty, it's not quite what I'd hoped for. You see, I don't think Oliver's got a lot of confidence in himself right now.
Well, anybody can draw a bad picture. Even Picasso had a few clinkers, right?
Well, look, quite honestly, I don't see Oliver applying himself lately in the way in which he's capable. I'm concerned that he's going to fall behind the other kids and begin to see himself as a loser.
Oh, I sure wouldn't want that to happen.
Neither would I. He's such a good boy. So, I think if you'll just give him some small, realistic goals, he'll accomplish them and feel better about himself.
Thanks, Mr. Bloomgarden. That's good advice as usual. One other thing. I was just curious. Courtney Rickover is she pretty well adjusted?
Yeah.
I can't do nothing right. When it was my turn to take care of the class goldfish, he drowned.
Oliver, I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself. You may find this hard to believe, but when I was your age, I felt the same way you do.
Well, why don't you tell me what you did? Then I can do it.
Well, I guess I kind of outgrew it.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay, Grandma. We're just sitting around waiting for me to outgrow my problems.
That's nice. But don't forget to set your alarm early so you'll have plenty of time to bind up those newspapers in the garage.
What for?
Well, don't you remember? Cisco paper drive starts tomorrow.
Can't we just save them in case we buy a bird?
Oliver, paper drives are important. Recycling saves trees. It's good for the ecology.
And they announced at school tonight that the class that brings in the most papers gets their own computer.
What's the point? We're not going to win anyway.
Well, not with that attitude, you're not. Oliver, don't give up before you even try.
Is this the kind of computer you can play games on without sticking quarters in?
Sure is.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to bring the papers in. Tomorrow, anyway.
That's my boy.
Hot chocolate, anyone?
With marshmallows?
Of course, Beaver.
Did you have to go to parent-teacher night? Sure did. And Mr. Bloomgarden told him that I'm finally living up to my potential. Yeah, I'm not doing so great either.
Well, how about this? I think we may all be enjoying a new computer soon. It seems that our class is now in first place in the paper drive. And the student who's brought in the most papers is Oliver Cleaver.
This Oliver Cleaver?
You bet.
This is nothing. Tomorrow, I'm going to bring in so many papers to the school, there won't be enough room for students.
Thank you very much for the information, Mrs. Phillips. I'm very sorry that Oliver woke you up this morning. You know what? If he comes back for your evening paper, tell him to come home. We miss him. Coming. Oh, I'm sorry. There's somebody at the door. I gotta go now. Oh, hi, Wally. Why don't you climb in for a cup of coffee?
Don't try and bribe me. I just want my newspaper.
Oh. Help yourself.
Beaver, I pay for home delivery to my house, not to yours. What do I have to do? Set a trap for the kid?
Oh, now calm down, Wally.
I can't calm down. Look, I have a routine. I get up in the morning, I jog, I come home, I take my shower, I get dressed, and I read my newspaper. The last 4 mornings, I haven't been able to read anything but the back of a cereal box.
But isn't it nice that he's finally throwing himself into something for a change?
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, look, I don't mind that he takes my newspaper, but couldn't he at least tear out Dick Tracy and slip it under the door?
Tell you what, I'm going to put in a good word for you. You know, in the meantime, thanks for being such an understanding uncle. How about that cup of coffee?
Beaver, I never have my coffee until I read my newspaper. Boy, I'm really in a rut, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, I will have that cup of coffee. And what the heck? Put some cream in it.
Coming right up.
Hi, Freddie. Keep it down, Squirt. I'm right in the middle of a real juicy Dear Abby. Boy, I'm sure glad she's not my mom. Now, what can I do you for?
Oh, nothing. I'm just coming by to collect the papers you promised me.
Gee, Spud. I wish I could help you out, but I re-promised them to Melissa Hensler.
But you gave me your word.
My word's only as good as the paper it's printed on.
You can't help Melissa. Her class is the only one that can catch us for the prize.
You might as well sell your wagons for scrap, because she's giving away free passes to Romance Movie Theater for every bunch of papers you give her.
Now what am I going to do? Give passes to see my dad's office?
Hey, don't look at me like that. This whole thing's your fault.
What did I do?
You trusted me.
Yeah, I guess I did. I'll never win now.
Now I feel bad. It'll pass.
Oliver, you can't quit the paper drive now. You're our only hope of winning that computer. Forget it. The only way we're going to win is if Melissa transfers into our class. But then that wouldn't be worth it, because we'd all get cooties. That Melissa has no shame. She's standing in front of the school trading movie tickets for kids' newspapers. Ollie, I hope you crunch her. Don't get your hopes up. Oliver's backing out. He's going belly up, just like our class's goldfish. That's true. It's okay, Kelly. I probably wouldn't have won anyway. Ollie, you can't back out. You're a Beaver, not a quitter. You can do it, Ollie. Anybody who can eat a whole lunch in 3 minutes can do anything. So what's it gonna be, Ollie? Say, Ollie, since you can't possibly win by tomorrow's deadline, you might as well trade me your papers for a pass to the movies. You better keep those tickets for yourself, Melissa. Because when my class wins tomorrow, you're going to need a dark place to hide. You don't scare me, Carrot Head. You'll never get enough papers to beat me by tomorrow morning. Even if you stayed up all night. I'll bring in more papers than you. Even if I have to stay up 2 nights. Who won this little contest. You just wait, Melissa. Oliver will be here any minute with tons of papers. Oh, right. And there's a tooth fairy and a man in the moon. and to read me night to my baby brother. Oliver's got 2 more minutes. He'll come. Won't he?
Can I have your attention? As we're running short of time, I want you room captains to thank everybody for doing such a wonderful job in making our paper drive such a huge success. From the looks of it, I'd say we have a clear winner.
Thank you, Mr. Bloomgarden. Here, take the wipes and movies to celebrate my victory.
But it's not 8 o'clock yet, and Oliver's coming with more papers.
Kip, Oliver did a fine job, but every contest has to have a deadline, and I'm afraid we only have a minute left.
But you can do a lot in a minute. My mother can make a whole bowl of rice in that time. You should be happy, Kelly. I wouldn't be computer for our class. I wouldn't care if you won our class a trip to the state capitol. Because you cheated. You Cleavers are all bad losers.
Oh, yeah? There are no losers in our family.
Hold up there, champ. Just baked you some victory cookies.
No time, Grandma. I gotta get back out there and collect some more papers.
But the paper drive's over.
I know. But I'm gonna get a head start for next year so no one will catch me. Especially that lizard, Melissa.
Oliver, you know there are other challenges in life besides the paper drive.
Like what?
Well, like school, sports, scouting.
Yeah, but there's none that I'm gonna be as good at.
But if you put even half the effort that you put toward that paper drive into anything else, I know you'd do very well.
You really think so?
Well, you never know unless you try.
Grandma, those cookies sure smell good.
Well, that's what I just said. You'll never know unless you try. Well, there she is.
That's Julie Foster?
Uh-huh.
What did Dad see in her?
Well, back then, all boys cared about were good looks and fast cars. Unfortunately, that pea-brain had both.
Hey, wait. What's she writing in Dad's yearbook?
Let's see if we can pick that out from the swim team picture. Hi, honey.
What are you up to?
I'm trying to see what Julie Foster wrote in her yearbook, but Mom's trying to stop me.
Oh, you don't have to look that up. I memorized it.
You memorized it?
Well, sure. How could I forget it? Dearest Wally, it's never been a secret how much I care for you. I flunked English this year just because you sat next to me.
She never was too bright.
I know that I've made a fool of myself, but the one thing I've learned is that I will never be able to compete with the way you feel about Mary Ellen Rogers. Always, Julie.
You see, Mom? You had nothing to worry about.
Oh, I never gave her enough credit. That must have been really hard for her to say. I'd like to read that again.
Now, wait a minute. I think it's something you see it written down.
You made the whole thing up, didn't you?
You'll never know.
Maybe I could just take one tiny little leap.
Locked into orbit around a deadly space probe, the Alphans must save their moon and Earth from ancient foes on the fabulous Space 1999. Saturday afternoon at 4:30 here on YTV.
that go-kart is by earning the money.
You sell the magazines and keep 50% of what you make.
50%? Wow, that's almost half. You got a deal.
Are you kids ready yet?
In a minute, Dad.
Beaver, relax. It's only a family meeting.
Oh, great. The last time we had a family meeting was when Uncle Billy escaped.
Welcome to our family meeting. Please take your seats and we will begin.
Oh, good. It's only home movies. Maybe they're going to show our trip to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Some trip. We never even got inside.
Well, how was I supposed to know they'd be closed Christmas Day?
Thank you for coming. We called you together because Kelly, Oliver, and I would like permission to make a purchase. Oliver, light. We know we've asked for a lot of things in the past, but we've never wanted anything more than we want this.
Well, that's lovely, dears. But where are you going to put it?
Oh, boy.
Tell you what, you can have Mount Rushmore.
You're looking at a classic 1978 Rapid Racer. 3.5 horsepower, steel tubular frame, and it gets 100 miles to the gallon, and even more downhill.
Dylan's brothers aren't selling it because they wouldn't let him keep it as a monastery.
Now hold it. In the first place, where would you ride a thing like that?
McGregor's vacant lot.
And we promise to push you all the way there.
But you can get hurt driving around in a go-kart.
Safety. An important factor. Exhibit A.
Very impressive.
Yeah, in fact, so is your whole presentation. I'd hate to run up against you guys in court.
Thank you. So what do you say? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Look, you obviously put a lot of time and effort into this. Now, I don't know about Wally and Mary Ellen, but I don't think you boys are old enough to own your own go-kart.
Kelly, I'm going to have to go along with your Uncle Beaver on this.
Dad!
Yeah, well, maybe when you kids are older.
I hope we wouldn't have to resort to this. Exhibit B. Dad, I think you'll recognize yourself in your own go-kart.
Oh, isn't that cute?
And Dad, that guy without a helmet or a seatbelt is you.
Yeah, but look, kids, things were a lot different back in those days. Number one, cars didn't have seatbelts. Number two, the only guy who had to wear a helmet was John Glenn. And number three, I think they've got us, Beav.
Well, okay. As long as you promise never to ride it in the street, always wear your seatbelt and helmet, I guess we could let you buy it.
Great! Now that that's settled, just loan us the money and we'll go out and buy it.
Loan?
Exactly what kind of loan are you talking about?
Oh, the kind where you give us $100 and we pay you back when we're all grown up.
Wait a minute, kids. $100 is a lot of money. We can't loan you that much.
Why not? Mr. Haskell says the way Mom dresses, you must have money to burn.
Well, with all due respect to Mr. Haskell's opinion, I think the only way you're going to be able to buy that go-kart is by earning the money.
How?
Well, Wally and I used to work around the neighborhood. We used to paint fences and mow lawns.
We even used to wash windows.
And I used to get 50 cents for washing dogs. 75 if I brushed their teeth.
Yeah, sometimes we'd bring home over $3 a week.
Yeah.
And by today's prices, that'd be about $10.
Yeah, but that's really hard work.
Yeah, that'd be like sweating without having any fun.
I'm sure we can think of an easier way.
Yeah, we've got brains we haven't even used yet.
All right, but just remember, kids, there's no free lunch.
Great. Now we gotta start paying for our own food. You see, Ollie? Kip was right. You can't collect on unemployment unless you used to have a job. Well, how was I supposed to know setting the table wouldn't count? I guess we gotta forget about having real.
Would you care to earn some extra money in your free time? Just about 2 hours a day? You, Matt, would you like to double your income in your free time? Going once, going twice. You blew it. Oh, my, you look pretty today. Would you like to earn some extra money in your free time? Just 2 hours a day can change your life. Okay, so stay the way you are.
Excuse me, sir. Do we have one?
Go play in some swings. Easy money, sir. A few hours, big bucks. You could afford to eat again.
Hey, mister. We want to earn big bucks.
Here, come back when your voice changes, okay? I'm trying to run a business here. Earn some extra money. Hey, we've got to do this again sometime.
What kind of business is it?
It's first-rate publications, but I can't use you guys. You're not old enough.
I bet both of us put together are older than you are.
Oh, so you shrimps really think you can make it in the fast-paced world of door-to-door magazine sales?
No sweat. I sold more Junior Chipmunk cookies than anybody else in my troop. But Grandma bought 37 boxes. Anyways, we know a lot of people in Mayfield, and some of them can even read without moving their lips.
Well, maybe I could use you guys on a trial basis. Let me tell you how it works. You sell the magazines and keep 50% of what you make.
50%? Wow, that's almost half. You got a deal. Here, Grandma, Dad.
In here.
Here, Grandma, guess what Kelly and I just got?
Perfect report card.
What a kid. No, we got jobs selling magazines door to door. We're going to be rich.
That was going to be my next guess.
We made $12 just on the way home. I would have sold a lot more if I had to come home to eat the bathroom. $12. Wow.
How did all this happen?
Well, we were down at the unemployment office, and this neat guy Chuck gave us a job.
First-rate publications. I've heard of them. In fact, at these prices, there's some magazines here I'd like to order.
Gee, thanks, Grandma. You fill out these order forms, and I'll be right back.
This sales stuff sounds great. Why, if I got out there and helped, you'd hit more neighborhoods and make a fortune. We'll have that go-kart in no time.
You for?
Good afternoon, Mr. Haskell. I represent First Rate Publications.
Hey, look. Turn off the People's Court and get out of here. You just stand by, kid.
Here's your $10, Eddie. The judge gave the wife custody of the forklift.
Hello, Kelly.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rutherford. Do you gentlemen know what's happening in the Middle East? Do you know what
final question and Rosemary to block.
All these questions and more will be answered if you take advantage of the magazine subscription deal of a lifetime.
Ah, you're selling magazines. What, your old man fall on hard times?
With first-rate publications, the more magazines you buy, the less you pay.
Hey, forget the magazines. Can you get me a deal on a set of white walls?
Good one, Lump. Well, thanks for the offer, Wally Jr. But we got reservations at the miniature golf course.
Yeah, and I had to call in a favor to get them.
So you don't want any magazines?
Look, if I want to read a magazine, I'll pretend I got a dentist appointment and spend an hour in a waiting room.
I guess I might as well forget the whole thing. If I can't sell magazines to my own godparents, I might as well quit the business.
You know something, Edward? We're lower than slug slime.
Hey, Squirt. Can you get Soldier a fortune? Man, would you be interested in earning extra money? Very few, easy work.
There's Chuck.
That's Chuck?
Yeah. So?
Holly, the guy's office is a hallway. Doesn't that seem a little strange to you?
Hey, our office is in the treehouse. We made over $200. Hi, Chuck.
Hey, this is my man. And who's this, your dad?
No. He's my brother, Kip. He's also my partner.
So how'd you guys do?
Here, $220.
Whoa. All of this in 1 week? You know, I gotta tell you guys, I have my doubts, but, Chuck likes you. And like I promised, here's your share.
Thanks.
Wow. Now we got enough for the go-kart, and maybe even enough for a sheepskin seat cover.
Listen, here are a few more order forms.
Thanks.
No thanks. We're retiring.
Kip.
Ollie, we got enough. Let's just go pick up the go-kart.
Boy, I can't wait till I'm the older brother and I can tell you what to do. Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah, thanks, kid. Earning some extra money. Guess keep 50% of what you earn. Still smoking, huh?
Not as much as yesterday. Can't really tell just driving her around the driveway. Why don't you take her out on the street and open her up?
That won't be necessary, Oliver. In the last 2 months, you guys have been opening her up plenty. That's why she's still smoking. I can't figure out what could be wrong with her. You know, it was fine when I drove it yesterday. The kids were at school and I had a little extra time. Come on, B, you'll always be a kid.
Did it smoke when you drove it, Dad?
Yeah, well, that was different. I was doing a safety check.
JJ, let's go.
Hey, Lump.
Hey, hi, Wally. Hi, Theodore. Where's JJ?
Well, she got tired of waiting for you, so she took a bus home.
My daughter using public transportation? Her mother will never forgive me. I better go intercept her at the bus stop. Oh, yeah. Where are all those magazines I ordered? It's been 2 months. I could have been earning interest on that money.
You haven't got him yet? We're taking that right away, sir.
If it'll make you feel any better, Lump, we haven't gotten ours either. Oh, you know how slow the post office is. Kip just got the ant farm he ordered in the 3rd grade. Little varmints didn't stand a chance.
I just hope this isn't a ripoff.
Take it easy, Lump. We wouldn't let our kids get involved in something crooked. I called the Better Business Bureau, and there were no complaints. Your name did come up, though.
Party hard.
Come on, everybody. Lunch is ready.
Coming, Mom.
Mrs. Dobson hasn't gotten her magazines either. Yeah, Mr. Angle, too. You better go tell Kip. I have a feeling we're in more trouble than Freddie Haskell when he blew his dad's coin collection on video games.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Cleaver. Hello, Freddie. Kip, your company's here.
Why not say how refreshing it is to find someone in today's hectic world who always dresses with unexpected company in mind. Does your father coach you? Oh, and I won't be staying for dinner today, Mrs. Cleaver.
What a shame. And I already laid out the good china.
You kids behave yourselves.
Would you come on? Hey, what's the rush, Raoul? I got major problems, Freddie.
What happened? They stopped making pimple cream?
This is serious. I need your advice.
Why have I been blessed?
Because I've never seen anybody get out of more trouble than you. That magazine guy ripped us off. We got 30 customers and nobody's gotten a single magazine. What would you do?
I just go back to the guy and demand my money back. People do it to my old man all the time.
I went back. Nobody's seen him. But I heard the cops are on his trail.
Then somebody will find him sooner or later.
That's it? That's the best you can do. I'm gonna have to tell my dad what happened.
Are you crazy? He'll make you sell your go-kart. And then no one will want to hang around with you.
There's no way we're selling that go-kart. We didn't do anything wrong.
Look, the way I figure it, this is your only shot. People throw out their old magazines all the time. Doctor's offices, barber shops. All you've got to do is put them in your customers' mailboxes. It's a perfect stall till they nab the creep.
So what if they notice the wrong date?
Grown-ups don't read magazines. They just put them on their coffee table to show how smart they are.
You know something, Freddie? When you're not so busy being a creep, you really come through for a guy.
Hey, mind if I stay for lunch?
Come on.
Too hard. No problem. Or hit to my backhand. I'll try. And don't rush the net.
Hey, look, I tell you what, why don't you just stay home and I'll hit against the backboard.
Hi, guys. Well, Cleaver, the magazines your kids told me finally arrived. See? I told you they would.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me the crossword puzzle would already be filled in. Mailmen, they have no respect for a person's privacy.
Oh, is this the mailman's fault? My cooking magazine is dated October 1967. Look at this. Eisenhower's recipe for meatloaf.
Forget the meatloaf. I had to go to my dentist's office to read Modern Sportsman so I wouldn't miss that article on overhand bowling.
All right, calm down. Let me and Beav talk to the kids. We'll get to the bottom of this whole thing.
Yeah, well, you better, Maurice. I'm not going to take this. Remember, I'm a veteran. Eddie, I don't think 6 months as a volunteer fireman qualifies. You just come up with the cash. Don't forget, I've still got your battery charger.
He's not kidding. He's plenty steam.
Well, Beav, it looks like it's our turn to call a family meeting.
Let me get this straight. This guy, Chuck, worked out of a hallway at the unemployment office.
Well, gee, Dad, it was a real important-looking hallway, though.
I've seen this kind of scam before. This guy probably stole the magazine forms and never had anything to do with first-rate publications.
How could I have trusted this guy? I've read enough Hardy Boys books to know when somebody's not in the up and up.
It's okay, kids. It was Kelly's and my fault, too.
We were all a little too trusting.
You kids were doing such a great job. We didn't see any reason to interfere.
Boy, I hope they catch that Chuck and stick him in a dark cell and don't give him any magazines to read.
What Chuck did was one thing, but you made it worse by covering it up. Why didn't you tell us?
Because then you'd find out.
Well, your parents were always going to find out sooner or later.
And all you guys did was manage to protect this guy who ripped you off. Not to mention taking advantage of all your friends and neighbors who bought magazines from you.
Uncle Wally, you don't have to yell at us anymore. We feel bad enough already.
Yeah. And if you want, we'll feel even better.
Kids, When you try to cover up one mistake with another mistake, the problem only gets bigger.
You said it. I guess we're gonna have to sell the go-kart, huh?
Well, there's one other way to pay back all those people.
You know, this hard work isn't so bad after. Yeah, we worked up a whole $13 this week. If you don't include that window we broke.
This may sound crazy. I think maybe we should listen to our parents more often.
Yeah, let's not tell them, or it'll go to their heads.
And then they'd be impossible to live with.
I don't see what all the fuss is about.
He sings, writes, dances, and engineers his own records. He does it all. Meet dance music master Stevie B on the video show that takes you to where it's happening. YTV's Rock and Talk, tomorrow night at 6:30.